Hello everyone. Welcome to our channel. Have you ever felt like someone is pulling you down without understanding why? Evil people are not always easy to recognize. They may appear as close friends, reliable colleagues, or even a spouse. But they always harbor an agenda, slowly taking away your peace and freedom. Today, we will explore 5 undeniable signs that can help you immediately identify these people. These signs will open your eyes and help you steer clear of toxic relationships. Get ready, because these signs could be right around you, and if you're not careful, you might get caught up in their whirlwind without even realizing it. 1. Identifying evil people. In a world full of complexity and diversity, dealing with those around us can be quite a challenge, especially when you face evil people, those who can make you feel insecure or hurt without you knowing why. Evil people are not always easy to spot. They can be very charming, attract attention, and make you feel special, but in reality, they hide malicious intentions beneath their beautiful exterior. One of the first signs to identify an evil person is their lack of respect for others' feelings and rights. They may appear to care about you, but only to find ways to exploit your weaknesses or emotions. These people will never respect your boundaries. Instead, they always seek to cross them to serve their personal interests. This might happen in the form of sweet words, fake caring actions, or even seemingly sincere sharing of personal stories. But behind all of this is calculation, trying to understand your weaknesses to manipulate you more easily. Evil people tend to divide and conquer. They might intentionally create conflict between you and those around you, making you feel isolated and easier to control. These people enjoy seeing others struggle, as it is their way of asserting their power. They might talk behind your back, damage your reputation, or create situations that force you to go against people you once trusted. We need to approach everything rationally, not blinded by their charm or the perfect facade they put on. Stoics teach that maintaining reason and not being swayed by emotions will help us uncover a person's true nature, no matter how hard they try to hide it. Observe their behavior in different situations, and you'll notice undeniable signs of their evil nature. Finally, to identify an evil person, you need to stay alert and not be blinded by appearances. Their charm and sweet words are just a facade to conceal their wicked actions. Learn to protect yourself and maintain inner peace by observing and understanding the signs that Stoicism has taught us. 2. Using charm to deceive. When a person uses charm to deceive, they are not just attracting you with their appearance or words. They use the power of attraction to hide their evil intentions, creating a perfect facade that is hard to recognize. This evil person often has the ability to make you feel special, like you are the only one they care about. They understand how to make you feel comfortable and trust them. But this is just a subtle tactic to lure you into a relationship they will control. This charm is not always just about looks. It can be the way they treat you, the gentle gestures, the caring and thoughtful words. They will make you feel like you are the center of their world. Once you're caught up in their attention, you'll gradually realize that they never truly care for you in a genuine way. They only want to exploit your trust and sympathy to achieve their personal goals. To identify this charm, you need to observe their behavior closely. These people often never share enough about themselves for you to truly understand them. They only cleverly provide vague information, keeping you curious and wanting to explore more. Especially when you begin to ask questions or want to learn more about them, you'll notice they tend to avoid or redirect the conversation. This is a sign of dishonesty, as they don't want you to understand their true nature. Another sign Stoicism teaches us is to always stay alert and not get too caught up in the charm of others. Stoics believe we should not let emotions cloud our judgment when dealing with relationships. If you notice that you always feel uncomfortable or suspicious in these relationships, it is a clear sign that the charm they use is just a cover to hide their true nature. Remember, not everyone who has the ability to attract and charm has good intentions. Many use their allure to manipulate emotions and exploit others for personal gain. And if you're not cautious, you may be deceived without even realizing it. So always keep a clear mind, observe carefully, and protect yourself from these toxic relationships. 3. Recognizing behavioral deficiencies. When we face an evil person, one of the clearest signs to identify them is a deficiency in their behavior. These people not only lack in their words but also in their actions, making you gradually realize that what they present on the outside is merely a facade to hide their true nature. It's important to pay attention to contradictory behaviors and the inconsistency in how they treat you and others. They might appear kind and caring at one moment, but just minutes later, they could treat you coldly or even disrespectfully. This lack of consistency is a crucial sign that Stoicism teaches us to recognize. These individuals cannot maintain stable behavior. They constantly change depending on the circumstances or their personal interests. A noticeable example is how they treat others when you're not around. Evil people often fail to show respect for others, especially when they think no one is watching their behavior. They may easily talk behind others' backs, lack empathy, and even use rude language. But when you're present, they will change their behavior to create a perfect image, which only leaves you feeling confused and unable to trust their words. Another sign of behavioral deficiency is irresponsibility. Evil people will always try to shift the blame to others when they encounter problems or make mistakes. They never admit their faults. Instead of learning from their errors, they will find ways to avoid responsibility. They might claim that everything is not their fault or blame external circumstances, rather than acknowledging and improving their behavior. This is a sign that Stoics warn us to be cautious of because these people lack the humility to face themselves and correct their mistakes. Recognizing the behavioral deficiencies of evil people helps you decide whether the relationship is worth continuing. Stoicism teaches that alertness and careful observation are key to not being deceived. People with behavioral deficiencies will not change naturally. They lack the ability to acknowledge their wrongdoings and will continue acting in ways that benefit them without considering the feelings and rights of others. Therefore, when you notice deficiencies in someone's behavior, remember that it's not just personal behavior, but a sign of someone lacking responsibility and ethics. Don't let yourself be deceived by temporary changes in their behavior. Always maintain your principles and reason to protect yourself from these people with behavioral deficiencies. 4. Lack of empathy and manipulation. One of the clearest signs of an evil person is a lack of empathy. An empathetic person not only understands the emotions of others, but also shows compassion and care for their well-being. However, a person lacking empathy does not understand or care about how others feel. They often appear indifferent or even cold to the suffering of others. They have no concern for how their actions affect others, which makes their relationships incredibly toxic. An empathetic person will not show understanding when you share your sadness or difficulties. Instead of comforting you, they might dismiss your feelings, mock you, or make you feel guilty for having emotions. When you need support, they may not only ignore you, but also make things worse by saying insensitive things, leaving you feeling isolated and abandoned. In addition to lacking empathy, these people often manipulate others' emotions to achieve their personal goals. Manipulation can take many forms, from using your emotions to pressure you to controlling your behavior and decisions through fake sympathy. They may make you feel guilty for the decisions you have made or use love or care as tools to make you do what they want. One common manipulation tactic is gaslighting, which is making you doubt yourself. They will lie, deny events that happened, or even make you feel like you imagined everything. When you start feeling confused and unsure of what is going on, that is when they are subtly controlling you. According to Stoicism, we need to maintain calm and rationality when dealing with people who lack empathy and manipulate others. Stoics teach that we must have a clear awareness of what is happening and not be swayed by others' tricks and manipulation. We must learn to stand firm, not allowing ourselves to be deceived by their falsehoods and control. When facing people who lack empathy and manipulate, the only way to protect yourself is to set clear and firm boundaries. Remember that you do not have to apologize for your feelings. You have every right to protect your mental health from those who do not respect you. Stoics advise us to maintain our dignity and self-respect, not letting ourselves be controlled or harmed by people who have no regard for the feelings and rights of others. 5. Coping and protecting yourself. First and foremost, you must establish personal boundaries. Evil people will always try to cross your limits to achieve their goals. Therefore, one of the most effective ways to protect yourself is knowing when to say no and not hesitating to ask for personal space. Evil people won't like it when you set boundaries, but you need to remember that this is essential to protect your inner peace. Don't let them make you feel guilty for standing up for yourself. When dealing with manipulators, you need to stay alert and not get caught up in their emotional games. They may try to make you feel guilty or blame you for situations in which you have no fault. Stoics teach us that we must always keep our reason and not let emotions take over. Remind yourself that the actions and words of others are not a reflection of who you are, and you don't need to take responsibility for their behavior. Another important way to protect yourself is by building a solid support system. Seek support from close family, friends, or professionals when you feel threatened or manipulated. They can offer you objective advice and help you gain a clearer perspective on the situation. Sometimes, just having a trusted friend to talk to can help you stay grounded when dealing with toxic people. Protecting yourself also means decisively distancing yourself from toxic relationships. When you recognize signs of manipulation, deceit, or lack of empathy from someone, don't hesitate to cut ties. You don't have to continue a relationship just because of history or obligation. Stoicism teaches that we cannot control the actions of others, but we can absolutely control how we respond and keep ourselves from destructive relationships. Finally, Stoics emphasize that inner peace is the most valuable thing we must protect. Evil people may try to make you lose your calm, causing you to feel angry or fearful. But if you let these negative emotions control you, you won't be able to maintain your inner peace. Learn to let things pass without allowing them to disrupt your life. When you maintain peace within, no one can take away your self-control or self-respect. We have explored 5 signs to identify evil people and ways to protect yourself from toxic relationships. I hope these insights will help you feel more confident in choosing and maintaining healthy relationships, while also understanding how to protect yourself. Remember, protecting yourself is not only about avoiding bad people, but also about preserving your inner peace, protecting your emotions, and mental health from the negative effects of toxic relationships. If you found this video helpful, don't hesitate to hit like and subscribe to receive more interesting and insightful videos. Share this video with your friends and family so they can also learn and protect themselves in every relationship. Thank you for watching, and always stay strong and alert in all your decisions. Wishing you peace and happiness.